Hello and welcome to the Monthly Marquee. I'm your host, Bart Lovins, Director for the Hardin County Schools Performing Arts Center. Our first guest this month is Miss Sarah Vaughn with the State Theater. Sarah, how are you doing, ma'am?
Hi, it's so good to see you in person.
I can touch you.
touch you.
So how have you been?
Great, Bart. We are blowing up in a good way, of course, but we are so busy, and it feels so right. It feels so good. We, of course, went wide open with the rest of the state, and our rentals have just gone through the roof. A lot of wedding rentals, of course, at the theater. And then we have a couple shows coming up. So it's been great.
So what has been your first post-COVID event where you could take the masks off and not worry about social distancing?
Well, on the smaller scale, we do a summer movie series. And so Metro by T-Mobile jumps on board, and they pay for the whole summer of movies. And every
So it's free?
It's $1 to get in.
Okay.
And then you get a free popcorn and Coke with the kiddos, too.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's basically free.
Yeah.
But yeah, we show a different movie every Tuesday, Thursday, 1 o'clock. It's $1. And there's a wide range of different types. So a lot kid focused, all of them kid friendly. But some movies are geared more towards the older kids and some towards the younger. So it's been great seeing everybody come in, and thank you for having these. It's just been great.
Well, what's the next movie coming up for you guys?
Well, we actually show, I don't know, we've got several. Boss Baby and Crudes 3 or 2. I can't keep up.
2 and 3.
2 and 3 and 4. I don't know. We've got a ton. And Beth Piles, who's over the State Theater, she picks all of them out. She's like the movie guru and figuring out what's going to work most of the time. Every now and then you miss one. That's just, I don't care who you are, you know. But she does a fantastic job of picking those movies out and getting the kids in there. It's been great. It's, like I said, T-Mobile is on board, and they're excited to be out, and yeah, good
Well,
stuff.
and I know you were saying that your the rental of the space for weddings and receptions and so forth is booming. Getting married myself in September, so I know how that works.
Right, trying to find
that's been
somewhere.
really crazy. But in addition to these things, you actually have performing arts events as well going on.
We do. So we have comedian Henry Cho coming in a few weeks, and he's hilarious and family friendly. And then we have James Gregory, comedian, coming, who says he's the funniest redneck in the country, and I would believe
that's a big
That's a big
statement.
title.
Yeah,
it's a big title, isn't it? And those are both rentals as well. And then we have John Conley coming back. So John Conley has been to the theater multiple times over the last 7 or 8 years, and it's pretty much always a sold-out show. And so those tickets went on sale several weeks ago, and they're selling like hotcakes. People are ready. People are excited.
People are chomping at the bit to go and do things. We have an event coming up in November called Champions of Magic, and we're going on sale with those tickets way earlier than we normally would. They'll be on sale by the time this airs. Do you have anything down the road that you're already selling tickets for that people need to get on their radar?
Well, we are doing an Inside the Barrel bourbon tasting event, but that is sometime in July. But oh gosh.
Or that they need to be looking for, be ready for when it comes up?
Not this year.
Okay.
We're going to have some really cool things. I'm about to sign a contract, so I'm not 100% ready to announce it yet. But hoping, I don't know if you remember, we had the Dinosaur Live show happening.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great. It was cool. And so we're looking at bringing that back sometime early 22.
Oh, very cool.
Yes, and so we're hoping to invite the schools, maybe get a couple of field trips coming over. So we're hoping that show is able to come back, and we're looking at maybe an March-April date for that. So as soon as we know that, we'll definitely let you know. But our fall is all of our concerts from 20.
Sure.
Actually, from 20 that got rescheduled, and now
they're just stacked up. Yeah,
they are. So September, and all of those tickets are on sale. So September we start. We have Ronnie Millsap coming. October is Journey Resurrection Tribute Band.
Now, when do those tickets go on sale for Ronnie Millsap?
They have been.
They're already on sale now.
They're almost
that was
sold
the
out.
one I was thinking. It's like if you want to see Ronnie Millsap, and it's been a while since he's been on tour, Who knows when he's going out again?
Exactly.
You need to get those tickets now.
Yes, and we're almost sold out of those tickets. It's been funny, like we'll sell out and then we'll change the date and then people go, oh, well, I'm not available.
Right.
And so within 24 hours, the tickets that have been refunded are resold again. So it's crazy. It's crazy to see what's happening, but we gotta get these shows off the ground. We got to get them going. Yeah. So, and then November we have Chicks with Hits, which
that's right.
Yeah, which is going to be such a Susie Bogus and Pam Tillis and Terry Clark. We originally started in 2020 with just getting Terry Clark, and then when things were shutting down, they said, okay, maybe it's not a great idea. We'll go ahead and cancel because of COVID. But would you reschedule for the whole Chicks with Hits? And I was like, yes. Yeah,
I think that's one of the things that our local concert-going people or performing arts in general need to be aware of. We are getting deals like never before and never again. This is a really these next 2 years, things are going to happen that are really, really special. And people want to take advantage of it. Speaking of which, how can people get ticket information from you?
They just check out thestate270.org. You click on all your shows and tickets if you don't see the picture of it right there. And it's very, very simple process. One cool event that we are starting is Inside the Barrel. And so bourbon tasting event, something new. As COVID was happening, as we were having to live with restrictions, we just sat down and said, we've got to figure out events we know we can execute no matter what.
Sure.
No matter what the restrictions are in the next, 6 months, because at that point we didn't know. And so 2 events come out of that, which is Princess and Me Tea, which is actually, by the time this airs, it will be over, but it's sold out in 2 weeks. And we have all the princesses you can imagine. And you get to have tea with them. What's better than that? Sweet tea. And so that one we're super excited about. And then the next one, which is on sale right now, is Inside the Barrel. And so we have a bourbon ambassador from Bardstown Bourbon Company, Steve Nally, coming, master distiller rather, and he is going to be coming and talking about 4 different brands that they have, and it's going to be cool. It's a $75 ticket, Board and You, as a restaurant out of New Albany and also in Louisville. And owner of Chick-fil-A, Mr. Chris Flanagan, his son Zach has started this Board and You. And if you've never met Zach before, he's an amazing human being and just on it. He's 25, and the whole time he's talking, I'm like, I would hire you for anything, like anything. You could do it. But he and his partner have this amazing charcuterie focused restaurant, and they're branching out, so I don't want to stick them in just one box, but just amazing food. Cool. At their locations, they have amazing drinks and things like that. But they're going to be coming in and sharing some smoked salmon and a lot of bourbon-infused, bourbon-paired, small bite types of things.
And are tickets available for this yet?
They are. So $75 a ticket, or you can buy an entire table of 8 for $500.
Cool.
And it's just going to be a night to celebrate.
So much.
Bourbon, of course, number one. But also you get the bourbon tastings as a part of that. Steve will walk you through each tasting and how they came about it, and just information that you're just not going to get off of Google. It's going to be great. So all these bourbon enthusiasts out there are going to be in hog heaven. So it's going to be great.
Sarah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next guests on the Monthly Marquee are here representing Hardin County Playhouse. Please welcome Kristen and Katie. How are you ladies doing today?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm very excited about the show we're getting ready to do.
Well, I was going to say, you guys are in production already, and this is a really unique thing that you guys have got going on together. You're directing, correct, yes. Kristen, and Katie is the playwright.
That's right.
Katie, tell me what is the title of the play, and how did it come about?
So the play is called The Sisters Grimm. It came about in our post-COVID board of directors meetings. We were trying to figure out how we could put on a show without spending an arm and leg, and I'm a professional puppeteer, and I write puppet shows. They pay me to do that. That's a real job. So I'm comfortable writing for children, and H and I had been talking about HCP Little Theater and getting that off the ground. So we took something from the public domain, and I adapted it for the kiddos.
Great. And Kristen, how did you get involved with this?
Well, for years I directed the Radcliffe Elementary Drama Club, and I'm on the board of directors at the Hardin County Playhouse. So I've been trying to get a children's theater together for several years, and then we've had several setbacks at the Playhouse. And last year we were actually supposed to start, and then we had a pandemic. So unfortunately, we had to scoot it back even another year. And then Claire just approached me at the board meeting, and she said, "I think this is a good time to do it." And so it started, and we've been kind of running full speed ahead since.
And this is a play performed by children?
Yes.
For children.
For children.
And their families. I work a lot with adults, and I work sometimes with students, but you've worked primarily with children. What do you get out of that as a director?
Well, I obviously love children because I am an elementary school teacher, and I just really like seeing kids shine, find their voice, and I feel like it's really important to give them an option. I don't think there's a whole lot of free opportunities for kids in our community to get to be on a stage, and that was my goal. I wanted it to be as inexpensive as possible, so they are getting to do this completely for free, and I really think so far they're really having a great time.
And it's a cast of 17?
A cast of 17 kids. We were able to cast everybody who came out, so that was really exciting because I was really nervous I was going to have to cut somebody, and I did not. So we even, I may have texted Katie during casting and asked her if she could throw an additional story in there so we can make sure everybody had a part. But that's the thing about writing your own story and writing your own play. You can kind of add things when you need to.
Well, and speaking of story, what's the plot of this?
So it is about two sisters, and their mom is an emergency room nurse during COVID. So they're staying with their grandma, and they're in her spare room, and everything's kind of scary and uncertain. And the older sister is reading bedtime stories to the younger sister, and the ensemble acts it out, and it's very, very cute.
Now, you said the stories, public domain, everything. Is this based on the Grimm fairy tales?
Yes, so we took the Grimm fairy tales, and it's such a familiar thing that has been adapted a lot. I wanted it to be different enough to intrigue people to actually want to audition and come see it. So making it the Sisters Grimm instead of the Brothers Grimm was kind of my little twist there.
And would you say that the stories that are brought to life, what are the stories that are brought to life? What are the ones that people would recognize?
So we've got Rapunzel, Snow White, the Brementown musicians, Hansel and Gretel, and the fisherman and his wife. Am I leaving anything out, Age?
I think that's it.
Oh, and Little Red.
Oh, Little Red, very good. Yes.
And I know because I've gone back and read those at some point in time. What are some of the things that the audience might be surprised at that haven't been part of previous adaptations?
Well, you're digging into it more with the kids. I would say they would be surprised by the humor of it. The original fairy tales are kind of dark and yucky and maybe a little anti-feminist. So they've got a 2021 female playwright update.
Nice. Very nice. When are the performances of this?
And they're the first 2 weekends in August. Actually, at the second and third weekend in August.
Okay.
I think it's the 9th through the 12th, and then the following weekend. It's only Friday through Sunday, and the Sunday is a matinee at 3 p.m., and Friday and Saturday are at 7 p.m.
And again, the performances are at the Science Auditorium, HCTC campus.
Yes.
And how can people get tickets?
You can go to our website at www.hardincountyplayhouse.com, or you can call us and reserve tickets online. I'm also the box office manager, so you'll talk to me.
Well, there you go.
Either way, but you can call us and get tickets, or you can reserve them online. They're $15. just for everybody. And I hope everybody comes out and see what our kids in our community have in store for you.
Ladies, thank you once again.
Thank you for having us.
Our next guest is our PAC Spotlight, Paige Johnson. Paige, thank you for being here. Now, you have been away from us for a while. You graduated from John Hardin, went on to Western Kentucky University. Your degree from there is in?
Theater, Tech, and Design.
Theater, Tech, and Design. What have you been doing since you were last in our area?
Well, I did an internship at ATF, Adirondack Theater Festival up in Glens Falls, New York. I was an electrics apprentice there. There were 5 shows for that summer, tons of fun. And then I went on to Huntington Theater Festival, or Huntington Theater Company, sorry about that, up in Boston. They were associated with Boston University. Now they're their own theater company. I believe it was 4 shows that we did there. Lovely company to work with. The people were amazing, very professional. We had some smaller shows, had a big musical. We did Sunday in the Park with George.
One of my favorites.
Oh, it was amazing. Such a good show. I love it. It's one of the best shows that I have worked on. And the designer, the lighting designer for that one was a Tony Award-winning lighting designer. His name escapes me, but he was really nice to work with, only there for a couple of days. That's kind of how it is. They come in, they plot out all your lights, you go and put them together. They're like, oh, looks good, program it, and then they're gone.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it's up to me to continue on their vision, make sure everything looks good. So I would just go through, make sure all the lighting looked amazing. We didn't have any burnt out gels or anything like that. And then once I was done in Boston, I was there for a year. I came back to Louisville, and I would do overhire, which is just kind of like work that they would need throughout the season or whatever, at actors, and also at the Kentucky Center, and also at the Children's Theater Company that's up there.
Oh, yeah, Stage 1.
Stage 1, yes. So I have worked all with them, and then obviously I've come and worked at the PAC. I've done some designs for you guys, stage managed a little bit, done some stuff at Hardin County Playhouse as well. So yeah, just a little bit of everything.
And one of the main reasons we're spotlighting right now, because you are joining our staff, having worked with us in various volunteer capacities and bringing those talents to bear here, taking over for Justin Hornback, who's left for a teaching position.
Yes.
And you're going to be handling box office and social media and continuing to do some design and management with us as well. What excites you about coming back and working with us again? Other than the obvious.
Well, that's kind of where I got my start with theater. My first show that I helped out with was Fiddler on the Roof. I did sets and then ran spotlights for Aaron, ended up getting me involved in everything, which was great. And then you guys just couldn't keep me away. I was constantly there. I was a PAC aide in high school my senior year. So that was my class, was to come in. So it's just nice to come back home and just have a stable working job with it as well.
Sure. To be paid to do what you love.
Oh, yes, yes. That is amazing. Yeah.
What was the biggest takeaway for you working at the PAC as you grew up, as you went to college, as you were out in the professional world? How did the experiences you have at the PAC help you in your pursuits?
I believe it helped tremendously. I was a very, 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 very shy child. Very shy. I always wanted to do theater as a little kid, but as soon as I get in front of people, I'd freeze. That would be the thing. I've auditioned for a couple shows, you were like, no. So I'm just a very shy person. So working at the PAC, like volunteering at the PAC, helped me just meet new people. That was amazing. Work on my skills. Oddly enough, enunciating or anything like that, whenever I'd work with Aaron, he'd be up in a catwalk and he's like, talk louder. So just being able to do that, meeting new people, going to cast parties, just being able to kind of communicate with people. It brings you out of your shell. Theater makes an amazing thing for people's life skills. It really, you meet new people, you get into marketing, and it's all about who you know is how you get jobs. That's just, that's been the thing. And then whenever I went to college, that's the same thing. You meet new people, they're like, hey, you should come over here. You should work with me on this. So yeah, just getting to know people, being able to be more comfortable in your skin. I feel like that's what it's all about.
Well, I'm really excited for people to get to meet you, or re-meet you, as the case may be. You're going to be running our box office, so you'll be one of the first people that you'll be kind of our ambassador to a lot of people as they are coming back to the PAC.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time today. I know you've got a lot to do, and I'll see you at the office.
Thank you.
Next up on the program is our other PAC Spotlight this month. Please welcome Kiris Ray. Did I get your name right?
Yes.
I'm always afraid I'm going to say it wrong. Kiris, Kiris. Now, where does that name come from?
Well, my parents, they were listening to a sermon in church, and it was like a little parable kind of thing, and it is a Greek name, but we derived it and changed it, and it means like gift. So.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Well, and the gift that you have right now is your performance as Morticia in Youth Theater's production of Addams Family that's opening at the PAC this week. So by the time the folks see this, they'll have maybe one more week left to try to catch the show. Tell us a little bit about this production. Now, everybody, I think, probably has heard of the Addams Family, either through the movies or through the old TV series. What's unique about this production, or what does it draw from those other productions?
Well, I definitely think, as my castmates have said, it's about family. It is, and as we have worked together, we are a family. We are very close-knit and just very close in general. It's a really great show. I really enjoy performing alongside my friends, and I have a darker character, so it's pretty fun to
You get
explore.
To be the straight man, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Everybody else is bouncing off the walls, and you're just right there. Yes. Those are always really, really fun parts to do. What's your favorite part of the show?
I'd probably say when I have to sing. I have a song, Secrets, and Just Around the Corner, and I like both of those. They're pretty big ensemble numbers, especially Just Around the Corner. It's the opening for Act 2.
What do you think that the audiences will take away from the show? You said it's a lot about family.
Yeah.
In what sense?
It's our family is very dynamic in it, and I think the whole thing is that after all, we all love each other, and we're coming together to just work together. And I have a song, and Secrets is all about how if Gomez lies to me, I would never forgive him. And the whole thing is that no matter what, we can always come back together because we are a family and we love each other and we care about each other. So. I
think that's so important right now, coming out of COVID and the pandemic and stuff. What's been your experience getting back? Is this your first year with Youth Theater?
No, this is my third year.
Third year with Youth Theater. What's it been like to have had Youth Theater part of your life and then basically taken away and then returned? That's quite a roller coaster ride.
The first show I saw in Elizabethtown was a Youth Theater show. It was Mary Poppins, and I'm like, I have to do this. This is my thing. And so I've been here for Seussical, for Hello Dolly, and now for Addams Family. And whenever I found out that we weren't going to be able to do it, I was just devastated. This is my thing. And I'm I can't do that. I can't see my friends. And it was just this whole, I was literally shut off from everybody. And
it really became real at that moment.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just I don't really know what to do. So
So what did you do?
I read a lot. Good. I really like reading. And then I also just practice stuff. Like, I don't know, I listen to a lot of songs and practice a lot of things for like state fair, for other things, just so I have that in my repertoire.
Yeah, it was a good time to hone our skills.
Yes, exactly.
So we would be ready when we could hit the boards again, like we like to say. Yeah. And then, what was the first workshop back like? Because the workshops were a little bit crazy this year too.
Yes, I remember it was just like, I know you, like I've seen you before. And it was just fun. And we did have a workshop where, because of weather, we had to be on Zoom. I hated it. I hated it. Yeah. But it was just nice, like, seeing people again and being like, I've missed you for so long, and like I haven't been able to communicate with you. Like, how are you doing? It was great.
Now, when are the performances again?
The performances are July 9th, 10th, 11th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. And they're all at 7 except for the 11th, which is on Sunday, and it is a matinee.
Great. And you can find out more about how to purchase tickets and everything at thepack.net.
Yes.
And what are you looking forward to next?
I'm definitely looking forward to this whole entire season. I want to be involved in PAC shows in any way I can, whether that's on stage or in the audience or doing tech or something. It's a really great community, and I just want to be involved any way I can.
Well, and that leads right to my next question. What do you want to do when you get out of high school? And you've got several years left, but
Yes.
what's your plan as of today after high school?
I want to go to college for theater and teaching, so I can like start my own studio, like be a theater teacher and basically help others. And who knows, I might do theater and then come back and be a teacher. I don't really know. I don't really have to have it figured out right now.
Right.
And I think I have a vague sense of what I want to do. So.
And you're a sophomore?
Yes.
Sophomores are generally vague anyway, so that's fine. Don't worry about it. Curious, thank you so much. Well, folks, that's going to wrap things up for this month's Monthly Marquee. While we scroll through activities happening in the community right now, you're going to see more of Curious and the rest of the Adams family as we scroll through those events. Check out Youth Theater of Hardin County's production of The Adams Family this July at the PAC. And I'll see you next month.